Nahalata niyo ba? We only talk about water pag may water crisis. Bakit ganon? Tonight we're going to talk about that, but more importantly, we're going to talk about an important issue that is coming out, yung pagka-creation ng Department of Water. Kailangan ba natin yon? Tonight, our guests are Ms. Elisea Bebet Goson, who was former Secretary of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources and also was a former Presidential Assistant for Climate Change. And si Representative Winnie Castelo, who was the former Chairman of House Committee on Metro Manila Development. What is your position on the Department of Water?
We really need the primary strategy. Ayusin na natin yung governance ng tubig at mag-create na tayo ng isang Department of Water. It is not a new, it will consolidate and harmonize the 32 different the functions that are being done by everybody else.
The Committee on Metro Manila Development, which I headed, nagsagawa po kami mga 6 na hearings. Lumalabas po doon na, with due respect to Secretary Goson, na ang creation po ng Department of Water ay hindi po ganun ka-importante if the end objective is to produce water right now. Because we cannot in conscience, Mareng Winnie, di ba, debate in the halls of Congress kung wala pong tubig sa mga gripo natin.
Hindi natin sinasabi that by doing this, mawawala yung crisis. That's something that still needs to be addressed. But the fact nga na pabalik-balik yan just tells you, bakit nga ba?
My point is, we should concentrate all our logistics or our manpower na makapag-produce po ng tubig.
As a country and as a people, may misperception tayo na napakarami nating tubig. So we take water for granted. We only remember it, ganang nabanggit mo, pag panahon na short na tayo. And in fact, kulang pa rin talaga yung approach. Hindi natin pinagpaplanuhan. At kaya nga sayang, hindi natin naiisip na itong tubig ulan, ba't natin hinihintay na maging baha? Ba't hindi natin i-capture yan upstream, small water impounding systems, etc. May tubig yung taga-upland, may tubig pang agrikultura, pati floodwaters. All of that we should be managing. Ito yung ang freshwater water resource potential ng Pilipinas. So nilagay natin dito, ito yung ating ulan, ito yung groundwater natin. Ito naman yung sa mga fresh, yung ilog, mga lakes, etc. So yan yung total, no? Ito yung
146 billion cubic meters.
Ngayon, if you now divide that with the population, then you get the per capita availability. Ang sabi ng UN Water, pag umabot ka sa 1,700 na lamang ang available per person, water stress ka na.
Water stress. Tayo ba'y water stress?
Sa ngayon, pag ginawa mong per capita basis, water stress na tayo. Ito ngayon, water crisis na tayo. Wala tayong nakukuha sa atin. Kulang na tayo ng tubig.
El Nino has been there year in, year out for the last 10 years. Alam na natin.
Natural phenomena yan.
Ba't hindi sila nag-meet? Ba't hindi sila nagplano?
Ayan nga, sinabi na sa akin. Ayan ang sinasabi mo sa akin. Alam natin na dadating ang water ninyo na.
Yung alam na natin magiging El Nino this year. Sinabihan tayo ng pag-asa pero walang naghanda. And to think, meron pa tayong task force El Nino.
In this case, it has been reported that since last year that there might be an El Nino. At that time, during the latter part of last year, hindi pa talaga makadeclare ang Pag-asa because they still need some additional information before they can declare an El Nino phenomenon. Even that time, dahil may pangamba nga ng El Nino, we even requested na POCOR to increase yung storage capacity ng Angat Dam at 214. Na siya naman nangyari. Dahil may mga pag-ulan naman, so pinaghandaan po natin. But what is a little bit unusual this time is dire-diretso yung El Nino. And likewise, yung mga pag-ulan na pinoproject na po natin na papasok, even magkaroon ng El Nino, ay hindi po dumating. Sa tingin po natin, sa part ng WRB, sa tingin po naman natin is hindi tayo nagkulang in managing the situation.
If the National Water Resources Board is in charge of all the water, why do we need a department?
What we are proposing, pag tinignan mo yung batas na nag-create ng National Water Resources Board, PD 428, talagang KNHS, the apex body for water management.
Apex, yan.
Apex,
Yan,
talagang overall.
Ano nangyayari?
Mula naman noon, it hasn't been enabled to function that way. Nagawin niya yung kanyang mandate. Isipin mo naman, in charge ka ng tubig sa buong Pilipinas. 115 lang ang tao mo. At ang budget niya, 152.
Million.
Million. Yun lang, tas mga ngasiwa ka na lahat.
Do you agree with her that that is the problem?
The proposed Department of Water is not a priority if the intention is to produce water. Because there is nothing that the proposed Department of Water can do that these offices right now cannot. So this is just another layer of bureaucracy. Before, when there was a proposal to create the Department of Energy, ang sabi nila, hindi nahihinto ang brownout, may energize na mga probinsya. Hindi naman po nangyari. Meron din rotational brownouts na nangyayari sa mga probinsya. Sa Metro Manila, magmumura daw ang kuryente. Magkakaroon daw ng kuryente sa mga probinsya. Hindi po na-realize po yan.
Yung issue na hindi na magkaka-brownout, it wasn't the creation of a Department of Energy. It was the IPIRA law. That was the justification for privatization and to, di ba, na wag na natin masyado i-regulate ang energy sector. We need to solve the immediate, and I'm all for that, and I agree with you, there are many things that can be done ng mga nandyan na. Pero ang problema kasi, sinong magmamando na gawin nila ito? Right now, kanya-kanya eh.
Hindi ba
Ang
pwede ang
importante,
National Water Resources Board?
Hindi.
Ayun ang,
Isipin mo na
nasa
lang,
batas
Winnie,
eh.
National Water Resources Board is headed by an executive director level lang. Sa birokrasya, nasaan yung executive director? Meron kang secretary, USEC, ASEC. Ang rango ng head ng MWSS, undersecretary level.
Anong sagot mo dyan?
We have already unearthed the problem. The problem is not on the bureaucracy. The problem is not on the integration. No, the problem here now is lack of foresight. Ito pong mga offices, especially MWSS, na may mandate mag-source out ng water, pati national water resource, they have been remiss with their duties. Kung ginagawa po nila, ang ginagawa po nila ngayon, ginawa po nilang 5 years, wala po tayong mga problema ng water shortage
Sa
right
Metro
now.
Manila.
Do you think, Secretary, kung meron tayong Department of Water 5 years ago, this crisis would not have happened kung wala yung mga infrastruktura na dapat gawin, katulad ng Kaliwa Dam? Yun po ang nangyari ho dyan eh.
So,
lahat
in
ito,
other words, the
ginagawa na ho
problem
ngayon to.
is a problem of governance.
Correct.
You know,
Incompetence,
these agencies,
lack of foresight, lack of preparation.
Yeah.
They did not study the market efficiently.
Ang alam ko, noon pa pinag-uusapan, for example, ang Kaliwa Dam, panahon pa ni President Marcos. May trajectory ka ng growth, alam nila yan. Ang problema nga, wala naman talagang actual na gumagawa, no? And then, kasi to me, that happens because wala rin nagbabaston. Kasi we're looking at what, when we're talking of water, we're talking overall in charge ng tubig in terms of all the uses, no? Whether it's water supply and sanitation, o kaya ay irigasyon, o hindi kaya ay pang-recreation sa ating mga resorts, and etc. And at the same time, for hydropower, dapat may overall nagmamanage yan. Kasi ang management din ng tubig, hindi lamang dapat limitado sa groundwater tsaka sa surface. Napakadami nating tubig ulan, dapat kasama yan sa pinagpaplanuhan natin. Yung ating mga floodwaters and runoff, kasama din dapat yan. So we want to consolidate the management of that water.
That is why the conclusion of our report is not for the creation of the Department of Water. It's for all of these agencies
to be rationalized.
To create a technical working group.
Pareho rin ang gusto
To create a technical working group and come up with a master plan. Because if you create another Department of Water, this would already cost 1 billion again.
So,
1 billion sa capital outlay, personal services. You could have used that 1 billion sa construction po ng isang dam.
ang position nyo is not really that far apart. You just want an apex, and you call that apex a Department of Water. And we are calling the apex the National Water Resources Board, na kailangan mas marami, at saka yung mga ahensya, dapat sa kanila na. Do you actually think a Department of Water will solve the problem?
It can.
All right.
Run properly, ha? And if it does what it's supposed to do, and of course be given the budget.
All of these problems, we are not required to provide knee-jerk solution, no? If kung may pollution, kung marumi ang ating hangin, shall we also now create a Department of Air?
No,
Hindi, of
no,
course
because you
not,
already
diba?
have a
Because-
Department of Environment
correct.
and Natural Resources.
Meron
That
na
is
tayong
why-
Department
Meron na
of
tayong
Environment.
That is why
Yeah.
sa water problem, there are also offices handling it.
Yeah,
But the
it's
problem
not,
is,
Congressman, it's not a
they're not
knee-jerk
doing their
reaction.
job.
Yung proposal to create a Department of Water is not a knee-jerk reaction because of this crisis. That's why I bring you back to the 1997 pa, nakita na, and unfortunately, it has never been solved, so nakita natin the problems persist
Okay.
because there's
Pero
nobody
ma'am,
overall
we
in
cannot-
charge. And then, if I can just add, ang kulang kasi sa ngayon is to exact accountability for those who are responsible for doing it. Both a penalty and an incentive system has to be put in place.
Mag-create muna ng technical working group, lahat ng mga opisina, yung 32 na yan, if they were not able to achieve, yung dapat po ma-achieve at mandate nila na magbigay ng tubig, that is all the time that we should already consider the creation of Department of Water.
Oh, okay.
Pero as of now, I believe, based on the congressional investigation that we conducted, there is manpower, there's logistics, there's budget.
There really, it's just a matter of words. It's a matter of semantics.
No, pero sino kasi
They,
yung
they put their
hindi.
minds together.
The
they
National
meet-
Water Resources
Sino yung
Board.
kukumpas? Paano,
The National Resource.
Pero nga,
That's their mandate.
paano niya ikukumpas? Ang liit-liit ng baba ng rango.
yes.
No, in charge
No,
doon.
it has to be
Higher.
empowered.
It has to be given
It
the
has to
clout.
be empowered.
It
Okay,
has to
I
be
am
empowered.
I
yeah.
mean, I agree kung kailangan po ng executive order, pwede ho. No? Para yung
Yun, yeah,
Office
para
of the
immediately
President,
magawa
ang mga
natin, di
ngasiwa.
ba? Tas
Pero
ga-
pag Department of Water talaga, napakatagal ho yan.
Hindi, sabi ko lang, it's
But
a
you
first
see what
step.
is happening now.
Baka
We are
that time-
spending too much time on the bureaucracy, etc., and we're spending too little time on what can we do
What can be
to
done,
make sure the water supply, at least in the short run, we can talk about the Department of Water and no Department of Water till kingdom come. But we realize that 32 water agencies is not the answer.
It is not.
We have to change it. How we're going to change it, whether by a Department of Water or by an apex organization given more power,
That's precisely it.
Yeah, that's there. But the good news is that kaya natin itong problemang ito.
May magagawa tayo.
Kung meron lang tayong the rainwater, the flood water, the household demand management, kaya natin.